This episode of The Rest is Football is powered by our new presenting partners, Fuse Energy. We're thrilled to welcome them to the team, especially outside the regular transfer window.
A new signing providing power and energy. That sounds like a bit of me back in the day, Gaz.
And reliable too, not one of those fair weather players who go missing in December.
Fuse will be powering The Rest is Football right through the season. They're one of the UK's fastest growing energy suppliers, building solar farms and helping homes make smarter choices. Power that performs throughout the season.
Fuse, keep everything running, lights on, meters smart, cars charged, a full squad you can count on.
And when you sign up for their fixed rates, your energy prices hold their shape, even as the nights turn colder and the title race heats up.
The season is long, but with Fuse, the energy never drops. For more information about energy that hits the top corner every time, head to fuseenergy.com/football. Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with Micah Richards in the back of a car and me in a very small room. And no Alan Shearer today. He's flying off somewhere. He's off holiday. It's the international break, of course.
Honest, what is up with him? Could he have not done the pod before he flew away?
I mean, what's going on, Micah? I mean, really?
Honestly, you need to take lead on this now. He's had too many sick days.
I mean, here am I making it work, and I'm in Mexico City, in Mexico, La Ciudad de Mexico.
What are you doing in Mexico?
What am I doing here? I am here. Yes. I am here, Micah, because unlike other countries, actually one country, which is England, they do realise that football existed before 1992. So I'm here to be inducted into the Football World Hall of Fame, Micah. How about that?
No.
Yes. Which is great. It's actually the one Hall of Fame that is recognised by FIFA. So, and it's actually in a place called Pachuca, which is just outside Mexico City, and that will take place on Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a couple of big names.
Congratulations, Thank you. Honestly, that's really amazing.
Thanks. Yeah. So it can't happen in my country, obviously, because the Premier League I didn't ever feature. Premier League, so it doesn't count anything before that. But no, it's nice. It's like I think a couple of the others. There's Dunga on this particular time been inducted.
Dunga,
like
Brazilian.
Iker Casillas, obviously the great Real Madrid and Spanish goalkeeper. And one or two other players as well. Diego Forlan as well is so a bit of fun. So I've extended it. I'm going to have a few days of sunshine after.
Are you showing off speaking Spanish over there?
Do you know what? Do you know how frustrating it is? I'm trying, and it's like it's global now. Everyone speaks English, and I desperately want to practice my Spanish, and immediately they respond in English. It's deeply frustrating. But there we go. So anyway, Mike, I've not had a very good weekend on fantasy, have you? Judging by your... I mean, mine's not been brilliant, but not that bad. But
I didn't look at my team, but obviously Semenyo missed the penalty.
Yeah, I've got Semenyo as well.
Gabriel and Raya obviously didn't keep a clean sheet. Van de Ven as well at the back. I brought in Enzo. He just got me a clean sheet as a midfielder. Ekitike gets brought off early on in the game. Mateta, nothing. No. And then you're thinking, one man to bail you out. Haaland, no problem. He misses from the spot.
Well, thankfully he did get a goal, otherwise.
It doesn't matter. He still missed it.
He did. I think everyone's probably got Haaland though, Micah. But on an encouraging note for your former club, I thought they played really well. They're much the better side.
I thought Man City were scintillating today, guys. I think in terms of... People heard you there. I heard you say Jeremy Doku then, which I was about to...
That was actually Harry shouting. That was actually Harry shouting downstairs.
He was trying
Yeah, he's behind me. He's sitting on the floor because we're actually in the Soho House in Mexico City, and they've been very kind to find us because it's kicking off a bit outside because it's a Sunday. So there's a DJ by the pool and all that sort of stuff. So we managed to sneak into this little room. They've looked after us very well.
Oh, amazing! But anyway, talking about City, and I just thought they got it spot on. So City started with a midfield of Shaky, Nico Gonzalez, and Foden. And you think with the running power of Liverpool, they're going to get overrun in the middle of the pitch. But Man City just played them off the park. Liverpool adopted a high press against City, tried to get after them. Man City played them around, left loads of acres of space for Doku. Yeah. And Doku is the best I've seen him in a Man City
Brilliant,
shirt.
Wasn't he?
He was confident. He was taking people on. Decision-making was really good. He was defending when he needed to. I just thought for him, that was a statement performance because we've been waiting for it. We've had flashes where he's been good, but everything he did today was top notch. It really was.
It's hard to predict anything this season, though, isn't it? I mean, even if you go to yesterday, Sunderland getting a point, I should say, and taking 2 points off Arsenal. So it's, Man City now, you look at it after a kind of stuttering start to the season, they're 4 points back. They're 4 points back.
Yeah, it's hard to decide, really, because you're thinking with Arsenal that they're just going to run away with it. And Man City have just done their business quietly. You're thinking, okay, Haaland's in really good form. Donnarumma's brought a little bit of solidity at the back. But are they the same Man City as previous seasons? No, they're not. If you look at Man City's last 3 games, they've had the same or less possession. They're allowing teams to have the ball more, which is leaving loads of space for Haaland. And exact same thing happened today. Van Dijk and Konate, who normally get the better of him, Haaland did really well against them today, and I just think City now looking at them, because of their experience, because of the form of some of the players, they've got a really good chance now, really good chance of taking it all the way.
What did you make of Liverpool? Because we thought, they're coming back after a couple of good results, particularly, obviously, in midweek against Real Madrid, and whether they were a little bit tired after because that was a big game, I don't know. But it's a body blow. And they've lost 5 games now this season in the league?
Yeah, I think the Liverpool against Madrid, they were excellent midweek. And you're thinking, can they back it up? If you're talking about the midfield, they sort of plugged that gap when they wasn't winning. They went back to old school, as we've talked before on the pod, put Wirtz out on the left. But Wirtz was disappointing again.
Was.
And I backed him and backed him. But it's got to click, and it would have been really good for him to have a really good performance against Man City after having a really good performance against Real Madrid. And now you're looking at it, and Ekitike, and then Isak's back on the bench, and then Kirkes, he's not starting, Robertson's starting. So at the moment, the manager's got big decisions to make because something's missing, and he's still trying to figure it out. But he needs to do it sooner rather than later because Liverpool in the first half is one of the worst I've seen in a big game for a long time.
I wonder if it would have made a difference at all. I suspect not, but we'll never know because it's hypothetical. If the Virgil van Dijk goal had been given, because that would have made it 1-1, wouldn't it? And I think, it was a bit of a harsh one yes, he was in an offside position, and yes, he ducked out the way, but I don't think he affected the goalkeeper at all. Particularly, there was one angle in particular you thought, actually, he's not in his line of sight. He might be in his line of sight, but he's certainly. And it was one of those. I was surprised that they turned that over. I thought it was a harsh one on Liverpool. And Liverpool fans will obviously turn to that.
Yeah, totally agree. I think at the time, what was it, 1-0? That would have made it 1-1. I think the fact that I don't like it, and I agree with you guys. I think it's really, really harsh, and the referees have got a decision to make there, and he does make a difference because he ducks out the way, so the goalkeeper's always adapting to what's in front of him. But I don't think he would have got there anyway. So I think it's particularly harsh, and that could have been the difference in the game. But Man City were the better team anyway. So if Liverpool had scored, I then would have backed Man City to score more goals in the game anyway.
I know you like it when I talk about the old days when I used to play, but back then, it was simpler. It was slightly unfair at times, but offside was offside. So any player in offside position would be offside whether you're interfering with play or not. And otherwise, we'd have beat the Germans in the semi-final of the World Cup because Platty scored a really great header and he was onside. It was a free kick, came across and he goes and he heads it in, but one of our players was just marginally offside who had no kind of interference in it whatsoever. But so the thing is now everything has to be, doesn't it, exact. Like if he's there and this is that occurs and it's all it's that and the handball law. They're so complicated now, aren't they?
It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Just simplify it. If you're in offside position, it's offside. It gets rid of all the debate, doesn't it? But yeah, I do feel for Liverpool on that particular decision because it wasn't going to get the ball done on us. So I understand.
It's just City back where they not quite, but they're making progress, so aren't they? Pep's very clever, isn't he? He talk about adapting to different things and different circumstances and different styles. He's definitely shifted it a bit.
Well, he had his 1,000th game today, and he looks like he's still hungry for more. There was a moment where we thought he was not ready to leave Man City, but just take a break, a sabbatical, people were saying. But he looks energized, he looks happy, and reflecting in the performance from the guys at Man City. In terms of the style of play, it's not the City of the side that won 4 leagues in a row. It's not, and it may never be that. But you use the word adaptable, and we've talked about Amorim before and him not being adaptable. Pep is being adaptable. He lets the opposition have the ball, they have more possession, but still managing to get results in that way. And I think that's a testament to him. Brought in Pep Linders as well. A lot of people might have thought, well, he's been at Liverpool, he's the right one to get in there, and Colo Torre alongside him. But he's always adjusting, adapting to what the game needs. And I just feel like he's doing it in the right way. So, yeah, kudos to him.
How was it doing Sky today? Did you do all the early games as well as just the late? Because obviously I'm in Mexico. You just did the late game.
Just did the late game, yeah. Just did the late. It was short and sharp. Half an hour before and then an hour after. On the way home now. On the way home in the car. Yeah. Lovely jubblies.
Yeah, lovely jubbly. Villa have found their form, haven't they? They seem back to their, old selves. Although Emi Martinez did pull off a couple of unbelievable saves. I saw one where he was backpedaling, and then obviously the Semenyo penalty, which I hate to bring up again because I had him in my team as well.
Did you have to? Just got over it, guys.
I'm sorry. Apologies, Micah.
Yeah, they look somewhat back to the best. I think with Villa, I don't think they were creating that much chances. I think earlier in the season, everyone was talking about Watkins and all that, and he was snatching at things and some of the chances. I think he was getting less chances, but more. Now the team, they're creating a little bit more, and that strike from Wendy. I don't know if you've seen it. It is an absolute
I've seen all the
worldie. The dip on that was just ridiculous. And we like Emery. He's a good manager. It was only a matter of time before they were going to start playing well again. A little bit off it by their standards, but yeah, they look really good again.
I think Alan will be glad he booked his flight and missed Newcastle.
So I missed that game. Obviously, I've seen the result and whatnot, but I heard they weren't great at all.
Yeah, Brentford have done well, though, I have to say. They've really, I think, after a tough start, Andrews has got them going, and they're very difficult to play against. Let's take a break, and then we'll discuss some of Saturday's games when we come back. Welcome back to The Rest is Football with Micah Richards and me, Gary Lineker. I don't think anyone expected Arsenal not to win and Arsenal to concede 2 goals against Sunderland, but Sunderland can continue to surprise everybody. Obviously Arsenal got a point out of it, although they led 2-1 until very late, but boy, Sunderland are doing well. Maybe that's another reason he's jumped on a flight, Shearer.
Sunderland have been brilliant. No one could have predicted this at all. I think they've got very good way of playing. Obviously, they use their crowd to their advantage. Every tackle is cheered. But they've got some real quality in there. Xhaka playing against his old club. The manager needs a lot of credit at Sunderland because when you bring in that many players, and we always say, people need time to adapt and all that. It's brought in experience, but they've just got that never die attitude, which sees them through. They're really good to watch. And I always said on Match Day, because they're always a game that you think that they're not going to do well. It ends up going later in the show or then jumps up because of the result. But no one's really had a deep dive into what they are doing. And that's what I can't wait to do for them, watching them, analysing. And I know a lot of people will say it's just great and all that, but it's more than that. They've got some real quality. The way the strikers running behind, the way they defend the team, the way they counter-attack. It's really good to watch. Really good. Arsenal were the better team.
Yeah, of course.
But to dig in the way they did was just excellent to see.
And with Arsenal, you get quite shocked when they concede a goal.
It was really strange because obviously when you've got Gabriel and Ray at the back, you're looking every 2 minutes, come on, clean sheet.
for your fantasy.
But yeah, they're gonna have those games. I think with Arsenal, last season, they drew too many games, didn't they? They were looking at back, kicking themselves. But they're up against a really good Sunderland side. And to have so many clean sheets and then concede 2 against Sunderland, yeah, it was disappointing by their standards. But they didn't lose the game. And that's what they've got to take heart from. That's the most important thing.
And also, this season, they're not chasing. They're actually in front. So, if you don't lose matches, you'll be okay. And there's no one else is being incredibly consistent. I mean, City have picked up, certainly in recent weeks, but Liverpool have been very inconsistent. So, yeah, I mean, you'd have to fancy Arsenal at the moment, I think, really. I know we talked about this a little bit last week, and then you started to think, well, Liverpool have come back to what they were last season with a couple of performances, but then they take a backward step. So, I mean, if I were an Arsenal fan, you know what it's like when you're a fan, it's the hope that always kills you, isn't it, and stuff like that. But I'd be feeling pretty good if I were them. And you are one of them, possibly, definitely. Micah. So maybe you can describe your emotions.
Oh my God! How many times do I have to
every
say
week? Every week.
I'm a Man City fan. But if I were an Arsenal fan, there's no panic. There's no panic, and I think. Everyone around the club, there's no panic. You drop points at Sunderland against a team that's in form, it's no big deal. You just have to go and win the next one.
Yeah, Chelsea's sneaking on pretty quietly, but they're not far off the pace, are they?
Ooh, I like Chelsea. I've said it. Every time I say I like Chelsea, Al shuts me down. He really does. They've just got. I don't quite know what's going on from him. They're scoring a lot of goals. I don't know if Pedro's better as a number 9 or a number 10.
I don't think Pedro's really a 9. I think he drops. Yeah. I mean, he can play there, obviously, but when he dropped, and it was good that he got his goal. Although I took him out, obviously, my fantasy team. This game, Micah. This game. What have you done to me, making me play this nonsense? You and Harry.
It ruins your life.
I don't get too upset at the moment, but the more I get into it, the more I start looking at my team.
I was first and second in all my leagues, and I've dropped an absolute clanger. I'll be top 6 in all my leagues now. Devastating. But Chelsea, I really like them. I like what Maresca's doing.
He's smart tactically, isn't he?
He knows what to do defensively, attacking-wise. Esteval as well. What player
he's going to be tasty, isn't he?
And the manager said something after the game. He said he's not only very good on the pitch, he's good off the pitch. He's a very good boy, were the words he said. And he's willing to learn and willing to improve. And he's ahead of where they thought he was going to be. But he is some talent.
Incredible.
He always makes a difference when he's on the pitch. Really good talent. What a buy that was.
And don't forget Cole Palmer coming back soon as well, hopefully. I mean, hopefully he's fit, strong again. After this, we've got an international break as well, so it gives them all a little chance to impress for their countries. Just before we let you continue your journey, and I'll get back by the pool in Mexico. Not gloating. Not gloating at all. Spurs and Manchester United, they're actually both doing all right, and the game kind of summed up where probably they both are at the moment. But I definitely think if you look at United, there are more promising signs. They look more dangerous in front. I think Mbumo's done really well, and I think he's made a bit of a. Thankfully, I've got him in my team. Someone who actually scored a goal, which was nice. Except it was against Spurs, and I've got Van der Ven at the back, so that wasn't great. Sorry, see what you see. It's getting. It takes over your life, Mike, and I might resign. I might resign from this fantasy football business. Both of these teams, I think, are in an area in the league where I think they'd probably be reasonably satisfied with. Or, well, fans won't, because fans always want more, and we always want more as a team. But, they are a work in progress.
Yeah, for sure. I think, we've talked about the system. It's not too much, maybe, the game about the system. I thought Man United showed grit, they showed heart, they showed spirit. They'd made a sub. Sesko got injured, didn't they? So he was playing with a man less in the game. And then Dijk comes up and scores a goal, an important goal. So when you start getting results because of that, the changing room is still fighting for each other. And that's a good thing at United. You can talk about systems all we want and who would play and what not. You mentioned Burmo, very good player. Ahmed as well. So they'll always score goals. Just need to tighten up now a little bit at the back, but they've still got the spirit there. And same with Spurs, really. A bit up and down. I think they need a little bit more. Richarlison gets his goal, but there's still something missing that Tom and Frank is trying to... Yeah, he's still trying to figure out what's the best for them. I don't quite know yet, but nevertheless, it's still a decent point when you look at it.
Richarlison thought he'd won the game for Tottenham, didn't he? Ripping off his shirt, and then obviously they get extra time for that, and then they score in that extra time. I think it's a stupid law to get a yellow card, and obviously if it happens in injury time, you get extended injury time. But also, even though it's a silly law, you know what it is, and I just don't understand what. I know you can get overexcited. But you can get overexcited by doing something else other than rip your bloody shirt off. It's a bit daft, but I get it. It's a big goal for him, and he thought at the time he'd won the game. But, honestly, footballers, Micah, I'm glad I was never one.
Emotion. You know what? I can't even grumble at the fact that him taking off his shirt, because he's playing it in real life. I feel that way on fantasy football, so I understand you. I understand you, Richie.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Okay, Micah, I'm going to go back poolside, and I'm going to let you travel. Where are you going home?
Yeah, going back home, back to Harrogate tonight. Have a Negroni for me, will you?
Most certainly. Cheers, Micah. That's it for this episode. Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me, and since I'm here, have a great week.